June 2024, the eve of France's opening match at the Euro tournament. Hundreds of journalists pack a briefing room in Germany, notebooks ready to record standard, predictable answers about opposing defenses and tactical formations. But the captain of the French national team, Kylian Mbappé, steps up to the microphone and bypasses football entirely. He issues a stark, urgent directive to millions of French citizens watching back home: block the political extremes from winning the upcoming snap elections. The response from the far-right National Rally is immediate and blistering. Party leaders aggressively deploy a familiar defense mechanism against outspoken athletes, telling the striker that he is disconnected from the struggles of everyday voters and needs to stick to sports. Jordan Bardella, the president of the party, takes the counterattack a step further. He zeroes in on Mbappé's recent departure from his Parisian club, attempting to chip away at the captain's domestic loyalty. Bardella mocks the fact that Paris Saint-Germain managed to reach the pinnacle of European football and win without their former star, while Mbappé's highly anticipated first season in Madrid fell short of expectations. When a wealthy athlete attempts to sway a national vote, it's easy to dismiss the effort as empty media noise. But a closer look at the data reveals that celebrity influence operates on a mechanical level, specifically targeting the psychological triggers that drive voter turnout. This scree plot illustrates the mathematical extraction of the political influence of celebrity scale, a validated academic framework that deconstructs how fame functions in the political arena. Researchers identified 3 distinct factors that drive this phenomenon. The first mechanism relies on general attitudes and parasocial bonds. Seans develop deep, one-sided psychological attachments to public figures over years of watching them perform, creating an intense feeling of familiarity and trust. Mbappé activates this bond for modern French youth. His Algerian and Cameroonian heritage mirrors the demographic reality of the nation's diverse suburbs, allowing millions of young citizens to see their own lives reflected in his success. Researchers call this wishful identification. Because young voters already admire him and project their own aspirations onto him, his political message bypasses the heavy cynicism and critical filters they typically apply to career politicians. When he speaks out, he delivers a message from a trusted insider. His identity creates a receptive political audience that feels personally represented by his words. The second mechanism is what academics term enjoyment, or democratainment. When celebrities step into the political arena, they make the otherwise dry world of legislative news highly entertaining, lowering a voter's critical resistance. The highly publicized theatrical feud between Mbappé and Bardella injects this exact entertainment value directly into the parliamentary elections. It turns a standard democratic process into a high-stakes cultural spectacle. This ongoing clash forces a demographic that traditionally ignores political broadcasts to actively track the daily news cycle, eager to see the next move in the dispute. That captive attention leads to the third and most critical mechanism of the scale: behavioral outcomes. This is the final stage where raw audience interest is directed toward physical, measurable action at the ballot box. Mbappé doesn't leave his audience guessing. He delivers a strict, explicit directive to go out and vote. And this message is heavily amplified by teammates like Ousmane Dembélé and Marcus Thuram, who echo the exact same call to block the far right. By gamifying the discourse and providing a clear directive, the celebrity influence machine coordinates passive fandom into a mobilized voting bloc. The French national team has operated as a proxy battleground for the nation's multicultural identity for decades, stretching far beyond any single tournament. Mbappé's current stand draws a direct line back to Zinedine Zidane, who leveraged his own massive influence in 2002 to urge voters to reject the National Front. Today's players inherit this activism directly from their fathers. World Cup winner Kylian Thuram spent years challenging the country's colonial past, and now his son Marcus continues that exact political fight on the current squad. The National Rally treats celebrity influence as a threat to their polling numbers. By expending significant political capital to attack these athletes, they validate the power of the celebrity influence formula. In a saturated media ecosystem, the barrier between pop culture and policy has vanished. Athletes have moved past being symbols of a nation. They are active architects of its political future.